Hi there, my name's Adrian, and in this lesson I'm going to be looking at what I consider to be three essential minor pentatonic based rock licks. They're designed for the kind of player who's just starting to get into lead guitar playing and soloing. So maybe you know your first position of the minor pentatonic scale and you've started playing around with that scale, but possibly you're struggling to make any meaningful music out of this scale. In which case, one of the things I suggest you do is to start learning a few licks and a few cliches so you start developing some kind of musical vocabulary. And that's what these three licks are designed to do. They're also a really good way of getting a bit of flashy speed into your playing without them being too technical or too difficult to play. So I think you're going to enjoy these licks. Let's get started by looking at the first one. So all of these licks are in the key of E minor, and they're all based around position 1 of the E minor pentatonic scale, and that's the scale that goes like this. And if you're not sure about how to play that scale already, then have a look at my website where I've got it written out. So the first lick goes something like this. So it's a kind of fairly speedy rock lick, which I'm sure you've heard something like that in a million different songs. And it goes like this. We're going to be playing the 12th fret on the first string with our first finger. Then we're going to hammer on at the 15th fret with my third finger. I'm using my third finger. You could use your little finger for that note, but I prefer to use the third finger. It's a bit stronger. And then I'm pulling off again back to the 12th fret on the first string. So we've got picking the 12th fret, hammer on, 15th fret, pull off. Then I'm playing the 15th fret on the B string. So we've got 4 notes now. Picking the first note, hammer, pull, then playing the 15th fret on the second string. And those 4 notes are then repeated throughout the lick. You can repeat it as many times as you like until you're ready to exit the lick. So very slowly, it sounds like this. Now the most important thing with this lick, I think, certainly if you want to play it fast, is to sort out your right hand picking. And the way that I do it and the way I suggest you do it is to start with an up stroke on the high E string, hammer and pull, and then play with a down stroke on the B string. That way you're setting up what is sometimes referred to as outside picking, where you're picking on the outside of this pair of strings, and it's the way that most people, I think, find it easiest to pick fast. So just to go over that slowly, we're picking up, hammer, pull, down, up, down. And as with any lick, certainly licks that are designed to be played fast, it's always best to start off slowly to get it absolutely right, and then to build up speed. There's nothing worse than sort of playing too fast too early and just having it sounding messy. So really slow it down, make sure every note is nice and even as well. I'm playing this lick in a 16th note kind of rhythm, which is that 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, and you want every note to be nice and evenly spaced. So 1 E and a. Now here's some people play these kind of licks and they're kind of a bit uneven and messy sounding, so you want to sort that out right at the beginning. So 1 E and a 2 E. And then it's relatively easy to pick up speed once you've sorted out your technique at a slower tempo. So lick number 2 goes like this. Again, it's a quite speedy minor pentatonic type of lick, played in the same position as the previous lick. I'm starting with the 12th fret on the high E string, then I'm playing the 15th fret on the second string, pulling off immediately to the 12th fret on the second string, and then I'm playing the 14th fret on the third string. So it's another 4-note repeated lick. The 12th fret, pull off, 15th to 12th on the second string, 14th fret on the third string. And you can repeat that as many times as you want until you want to exit the lick. Fingering wise, I'm using my first finger at the 12th fret. I'm pulling off with my third finger to my first finger, and then I'm playing the 14th fret note with my second finger, which I prefer. I think that's the best way to get speed into this lick, but you could, I suppose, if you want, play that 14th fret note with your third finger instead. As with the previous lick, your right hand picking is super important to get right. So I'm starting by picking with an upstroke, then I'm playing the 15th fret note with a downstroke, pulling off, and then I've got another down stroke on the third string. So slowly I'm playing up, down, pull off, down, up, down, pull off, down. Rhythmically it's the same as the previous lick, even 16th notes, so 1 E and 2 E and as usual, start slowly, sort out your technique, and then gradually pick up speed once you're comfortable with the basic lick. And the final lick sounds like this. So I'm introducing a little bit of bending into this one. We're starting off with a bend at the 15th fret on the second string. I'm bending that note up a whole step. That's from a D to an E note. Then I'm playing a little triplet figure. I'm playing the 12th fret on the high E string. Then I'm playing the 15th fret on the B string, pulling off to the 12th fret on the B string as well. So that's the first half of the lick. We've got the bend and then triplet. Second half of the lick, got another bend. This time I'm bending at the 14th fret on the third string. Again, it's a whole step bend, bending from an A up to a B note. And I've got another triplet. It's the same three notes as before. 12th fret on the high E, 15th fret on the B, pulling off to the 12th fret on the B. So the second half of the lick. Put all of that together, we've got rhythm is bend, triplet, bend, triplet, bend, triplet. Can end, if you like, with another bend on the 15th fret of the second string. Fingering wise, I'm playing all of this using my first and third fingers. Once again, picking super important. I'm starting with a down stroke. Then for the note on the first string, I'm playing that with an upstroke. Then I'm playing another down stroke, and the pull off. The second half of the lick is the same, so down, up, down, pull off. So the whole thing is down, up, down, down, up, down. So there we have it, three really useful minor pentatonic licks. The most important thing you can do now, once you've got the basic ideas under your fingers, is to integrate them into your playing. Otherwise they're just a bunch of licks with no musical value. So you might want to work on getting into and out of these licks smoothly, combining them with other musical material that you know, either other licks or melodies that you're improvising within the minor pentatonic scale. Probably the best way to do that is to stick on a backing track in the key of E minor, or get a friend to play some chords in the key of E minor, and then you can work on really making some music with these ideas. There are lots of other options. I'm quite big on taking the initial idea and then getting as much mileage out of it as possible. So you can obviously try playing these licks in different keys, different positions of the minor pentatonic scale if you know them. Try playing them on different string sets. If you think these licks sound a bit too conventional for your ears, you could try changing the notes in the licks. Try throwing in a few more unusual notes, some string skips, all kinds of options and things that you could try. So good luck with all of that, and I hope to see you for another lesson again very soon. Bye bye.